Big, it's the way to go. Eat a fig, not a pig, let your kindness show. If it's your wig or a jig or a swig, do you dig? Big, it's the way to go. It's Big Fat Vegan Radio.
When something's fat, there's a lot to show. It's gotta be fat to help the movement grow. Making fat loud chat that won't be flat. It's that. And here's our show. It's Big Fat Vegan Radio.
I just got that vegan glow, like a drag queen calling Patrick Goudreau. I'm a YouTube vegan cooking up good eating. Veganism makes me glow. It's Big Fat Vegan Radio.
All right, vegans, all together now. When something's fat, there's a lot to show. It's gotta be fat to help the movement grow. Making fat loud chat that won't be flat. It's that.
It's the
And
way
here's
to
our
go.
show. It's Big Fat Vegan Radio.
Hey everyone, welcome to Big Fat Vegan Radio. We're podcasting from San Francisco
and New York City
to discuss veganism in all of its glory. I'm here with Ben Strothman, otherwise known as Honey LeBronx, everyone's favorite vegan drag queen.
And I'm here with Laura Yaz, vegan writer and entertainment know-it-all.
You can check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube by searching for Big Fat Vegan Radio.
And you can follow along with our show notes at bigfatveganradio.com.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Good morning.
You feeling better?
Yeah, I'm a lot better, actually. Yes.
Yeah. You sound better now than you did an hour ago.
Oh, really?
You had Kathleen Turner morning
la,
voice.
la, 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 la.
I will always picture Jerri Blank when you do that.
Oh, really?
La 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 la.
I love Jerri Blank.
Love her.
Jerry, you thinking about signing up for the science fair? No.
Nope.
Thinking about pussy.
What did you have for dinner last night?
I actually got takeout from the Happy Bamboo, which is, it's basically.
It sounds like a happy ending, full release massage parlor.
It's not. It's basically a loving hut.
Mm-hmm. Which also sounds like a happy ending, full release massage parlor.
There's a lot of loving huts.
I bet.
Right
There's a lot
here?
of businessmen too.
All right, Ben can't get off the dirty jag.
Get off the dirty jag also sounds like a happy ending, full release massage parlor.
I feel like
I went to one of those places once by accident, which I'm sure is what everyone says. I pulled something on my neck and I had like a neck spasm.
Oh, you mean like you went to a happy ending place by accident?
I had a big
hut by
audition the next day for the Disney Cruise Line, and I'm like, oh no, I am not. This is a callback for the role of Woody in a Toy Story the musical at sea. And I'm like, I need the use of my neck in this audition tomorrow. So I went there, and I do not like table massage. I only like chair massage because you can really get at my back.
Yeah.
But no one in the world of massage seems to understand what a chair thing is. And they'll have one, but they've never set it up. And then they don't know how to adjust it to your size. So you're like freakishly uncomfortable. Like
you need to go to a nail salon. That's where they do the chair massages.
Yeah.
That's you need to go to like a one of those just like nail places like on the street in New York City.
Right.
They all will do a chair massage.
I ended up going there and like I was like, nope, I need a chair massage. Like they found a chair, like they brought it, like they didn't have anywhere to put it. Meanwhile, all these like there's like this darkened room which looks like a Vietnam triage with like all these like little curtained off bed areas with all these businessmen getting up and leaving.
Were you at Super
like,
Magic Fingers?
Huh?
Super Happy Fingers?
No, it was called Green Massage, or something like that. And they were like, oh, no, we do on bed. And I'm like, no, I have a neck spasm. I can't lay flat on my stomach right now. And they're like, oh, no, bed, real good, lay down. You get real good, real happy. And I'm like, no. So like so I was just a peach. And then they bring the chair. They had nowhere to put the chair other than reception area. So I'm sitting in between the aquarium and the front desk and the little employee break room. And also, apparently, no one has ever seen the miracle that is chair massage. So while I'm getting a chair massage, everyone is sitting around watching me. And like customers are transacting business like 4 feet to my left. and I hear some woman like 2 feet away slurping her ramen noodles while I'm trying to get my relax on.
Oh God.
And like, I think at one point I actually was like, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna go. This is awkward. And they're like, oh no, come back. And then like I went back. But I made myself a promise before going in, and I didn't keep it. That like, if I cannot communicate with my massage person in a common language that they are clearly understanding, I gotta go. But I did not honor that promise. So you went to Happy Bamboo.
And then they tried to give you a happy ending?
They would have had to give me a reach around to give me a happy ending in the chair. It would have been really awkward and not good for the chair, I'll say.
Then how do you know it was a happy ending place if they didn't try to give you one?
When you saw everyone who was going in and coming out of there, it was real clear what they had going on.
Ew.
I mean, you know what? I don't know that it was real clear. I'm just making the assumption because it's a bunch of Asian ladies and a bunch of
It sounds like you are making the assumptions, but it's fine.
Yeah.
There was a place on the Upper West Side called, I think it's called Super Magic Fingers or Super Happy Fingers or something like that.
Gross.
It does sound gross, but it's just like that where it's like curtains. You know what I mean? It's like no privacy, so it's like really inexpensive. In that case, like a full body massage, it's like $60, which is great. That's not
bad.
That's not expensive. Like for like an hour, it's pretty good. So, but yeah, it's like that like Vietnam thing you described, where it's like dark with the curtains.
Yeah.
But I used to go there sometimes. This is when I go to Bikram, and then I'd go get the massage.
Oh, that's got to be nice.
Well, the thing is, you know, I'm so off track.
Are we really?
This is before, you know, I have all these back problems because I got hit by a truck when I was 20.
What?
And, oh yeah. And, it took years to figure out what was wrong with it, basically. And I kept thinking massages would help, but they never did. It was because it's a nerve problem. So, but I didn't know that at that time when I was getting those massages. I was trying to. Yeah. But now I know. Now I know it's a nerve problem, and it doesn't matter how much you rub my shoulders; they will never feel better.
Wow. I feel less like giving you shit about anything now.
Oh, it's okay. I'm really quite healed from because
especially knowing that getting hit by a truck won't finish you off. Like you're kind of like Kathy
I was
Bates
in another truck.
You're kind of like, what's that?
I was in another truck.
Oh, you weren't like on the street.
It's just that I was T-boned.
By
so I was in the passenger seat and I was T-boned by this large truck.
Yeah.
So the truck hit me.
I don't know why, but that sounds kind of hot, getting T-boned.
Getting T-boned.
I'm picturing someone's big black boyfriend like, this is T-bone. What's up?
You can feel bad for me. Every time I'm in a car accident, I'm like very triggered.
How many times have you been in car accidents?
A couple.
Stop driving.
Well, they happen.
Yeah.
But also my mom got in a bunch of accidents when I was young. I think that's
also it's genetic.
I don't know. I think that's part of the problem. So I think I was in a few car accidents. Well, I shouldn't say a bunch. I think like one or two with my mom driving when I was little, which is a little... One specifically that I really remember. So maybe it's just one. But then also when my parents were on vacation in Hawaii, the babysitter took me out in their brand new car and crashed it.
Was that her intention?
No, she wasn't.
I'll show this little baby.
But I wasn't a baby. I mean, I must have been like 5 or 6.
Well, you were being a baby an hour ago. And you're what? You're a grown woman.
I was a baby an hour ago?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to be
You're trying
funny.
to offend me?
I'm trying to be funny, and apparently I can't make you laugh. Me? Something like that.
I was not a baby.
You are a soprano right now, and you started off as a B. Arthur.
Oh, I'm a bass. I'm a bass with my colds. Anyway, no, that's really off topic. But Super Magic Fingers.
Super Magic Fingers, which brings it back to Happy Bamboo, which is not a massage parlor.
No, it's a loving hut.
It's a loving hut. Okay.
Which I mean by saying it's a loving hut is I mean it's a Supreme Master restaurant.
You.
Yeah. Well, that's
I'm
what
sorry.
all loving huts.
They're just creepy.
All loving huts are Supreme Master places.
They're just really creepy. Also, Supreme Master, if anyone's ever seen her, she's like the Asian Anna Gasteyer. You know how she's got like that one eye that kind of is like... It's like she had a facelift on like Stockard Channing. Like one day she's gonna get the other half.
You mean
of her
it's like she had a
lifted.
stroke and they act like she didn't have a stroke?
Does Stockard Channing have stroke face? Is this
Yeah.
just me? Stockard Channing looks like she has one half of her face lifted and the other side she's just saving up her pennies.
Well, maybe now. I'm quite a fan of Stockard Channing.
I'm not saying I'm not a fan. I love Stockard Channing. But I just want to do a Kickstarter to raise the other half of her face.
her face.
Yeah. My best friend back in Wisconsin, Mike Story, I don't know whether this is true. There's a lot of stories he used to tell me. His last name was Story. And I don't know whether this is true, but he once told me that there was some article that apparently Stockard Channing was taking part in some documentary, and the headline of the article was Stockard Channing exhumed for documentary.
Exhumed?
Exhumed.
That's hysterical.
Which to the uninitiated listener out there, exhumed definition. I paid good money for fast internet. Actually, exhumed, past tense. Dig
Official
out.
definition.
To dig out something buried. Example, a corpse from the ground. To dig out something from the ground. Stockard Channing exhumed for documentary. Well put. So what did you have at Happy Bamboo? To answer the question, what did you have for dinner last night?
I had it's called the dancing broccoli. And it's basically just like a huge dish with seitan and broccoli. And although I think it's actually not a seitan, I think it's like some kind of like
Soy or something?
meiwa meat or something.
Yeah.
And although maybe there's a different meiwa on the west coast, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I had some dumplings and some rice.
Nice.
That was pretty much it. It was delicious.
Well, last night I went on date number 3 with a boy who I like, and we went to Peace Food.
Alert the presses.
Yeah, I know. I like a boy.
That means it's not going to work out, everybody.
Hey. Your vote of confidence in my newfound love affair, of which he is largely unaware. I just don't understand how dating works. I don't know at what point I'm supposed to let him know, like, hey, you know I like you, right? Like, you know, like...
Yeah, I don't understand how it works either, buddy. You were talking to the wrong person.
You know when I'm looking at your lips when you're talking, it's because I kind of want to smooch on them? Yeah.
Well, maybe you should just smooch on him.
I don't know. I don't want to feel all rapey, you know? I don't want to be like...
I don't think kissing someone is rapey.
Well, every time I've gone in for a kiss, he's kind of given me his cheek.
Well, that's a little concerning.
Well, it was just because kind of like it was a little too early for the peck on the lips.
You went to the movies, though, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that maybe canoodling in the movie theater is the way to go.
Kind of. We've kind of done that. Not like kissing or anything, but kind of
I know, but
like...
you have to, like, be... I mean, I don't know very much. You have to, like, be, like, physically, like, close for, like, a long time in the movie theater.
We went to the AMC theater at 84th
get, like, closer
Street.
And closer.
We went to the
closer.
AMC theater at 84th Street where they have these, like, I want to imagine they're faux leather reclining seats, like fully recline, and then like they're all like love seats, and in between you there's a little armrest that comes down.
Put that.
But he got up
bad
to
boy
go to the bathroom, and I put the armrest up.
Yeah, you put that bad boy up.
I put that bad boy up. And then like I laid down on the whole couch as if I was just like, oh, just kidding, haha, I'm taking up the whole thing. But then I got back up to let him sit down, but now the armrest is gone. Which I had to move it for my joke, right? But if I had just put the armrest up and I was still sitting like I was, he would have been like, oh, you put the armrest up, you must want to sit all up on me.
You must want to canoodle.
Yeah, but, and so we kind of canoodled a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good way to get in the kiss, is to canoodle in the movie theater.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I am not helpful.
I feel like you could have said everything that you're supposed to say, and I still would come away from this not knowing what I'm supposed to do.
All right, cool. Well,
anyway,
did you guys go out to eat?
We did. We went to Peace Food.
Ooh.
And it was awesome. I was recognized there. It's a long story. I dropped off a resume only because it was strongly suggested to me that I start sending out applications for other vegan restaurants, even though I really don't want a job at a restaurant right now.
Yeah.
If they said, hey, can you work Wednesdays and Thursdays only? I'd be like, you're speaking my language, because those are the only 2 days of the week I would want to work. Other days I have stuff going on. And what restaurant's going to say, yes, we'd love that kind of availability. Wednesdays and Thursdays it is.
And nothing else.
Right. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the other shifts would be going to waiters who've been there longer. Anyway, this girl looks at my resume and she's like, you worked at Sacred Chow? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, honey. And I was just like, oh yeah. And like, I'm like, I really shouldn't start bad mouthing one of the places listed on my resume after dropping off my resume and like hoping place will hire me. I forget what her name was, but she's one of the girls that came in and replaced me. She's not the initial girl who came in and replaced me, who I really don't care for. She's friends with Aaron Red. But
the girl you don't care for?
I really don't care for this girl.
She's friends with Red?
She's friends with Red. I actually saw her with Red outside the vegetarian. Was it the Seed? I think it was outside of the Seed. I saw her swing by to say hey to Red, and I was like, yeah, I am not. I'm gonna make sure she does not see me. Anyway, but then she worked there, and then this gay couple came in. This guy came in, and then his boyfriend got hired. Which is basically the reason I got fired, because they're like, oh, we'll replace Ben with his boyfriend. And then this other girl came and replaced the girl I didn't like. And that was this girl who works at Peace Food now. And we were just like, we didn't even have to say anything about Sacred Chow. It was just a look that she was like, oh my God, he's crazy. I'm like, yeah, he's crazy. He's freaking, gotta try not to swear. But, yeah, sexually harassing me every single day and coming up hopped up on amphetamines. Anyway, he was not easy to deal with. So I had the protein-packed kale salad, and my friend had a tamale, because he is Latin, and he's from Venezuela, and he's like, oh my God, they have tamales here. I've wanted a tamale so badly. And he said that they were really authentic. They were really good. I had a little bit of his tamale, which makes it sound like we've gotten further in the relationship than we really have.
It does.
Hey-o!
It does.
I have not had his tamale yet, but I look forward to his tamale. And then he had like the potato leek soup, which was also, I'm assuming good, but I did not try his soup. So that's it.
Potato leek
soup. I was tempted to get some desserts because they have really awesome desserts there. I was going to get a dessert and take it to the movie, but it was not my free day, so I did not. But today's my free day, so in addition to the 2 cinnamon raisin bagels with walnut raisin tofutti I have...
Okay, everyone, he's lying. He's got 3 bagels.
I have 3 bagels. Well, the next one I'm saving for after this. Mm-hmm. But I also
Allegedly.
I have a quart, and you'll know if I start eating a bagel. I will eat it on air. But I also have a quart and a half of vanilla cashew ice cream in the freezer. I think I messed up this batch because it wasn't cold enough when I poured it into the ice cream maker. So I don't think it fully froze as much as it's supposed to. But I'll eat it either way, because you know what? If it's not frozen, I can always make a milkshake out of it.
That's true.
Did I tell you I recreated the Butterfinger shake from Terry?
No, but I believe that's not too hard to do.
I used my vanilla cashew ice cream. Mm-hmm. I also made chocolate chip cookies that day. So I just took 1 large cookie's worth of cookie dough and put that in the Vitamix too. Almond milk, peanut butter, and some chocolate syrup.
Oh, I don't think they actually put peanut butter in it down there.
I don't think that they do, but it certainly did not hurt.
I can't imagine it would be unpleasant.
It was real good. So yeah, that was my dinner last night. And I have a bag of sweet spicy chili Doritos in the microwave, which is where we keep our bread products so they stay nice and fresh and mouse-free. Yeah.
You have chips in the microwave?
Well, chips, bread, anything that the mice could get at, I just put it in the microwave. So
that's hilarious.
So I might find it necessary to start eating Doritos during this episode.
That is so New York.
What?
You need to get the little mouse house.
I got it. I just never set it up.
Oh.
We also haven't seen it in a while, so my kitchen's not clean enough to set up mouse traps right now.
Gross.
Yeah, exactly.
That may be why you have mice.
Yeah, it's not clean enough. Like, there's not enough floor space available, but we're going to be redoing the kitchen pretty soon, so I'm excited. Speaking of excited, we have some really exciting news. This isn't news because we announced it at the end of the last episode, but let's announce it at the beginning of this episode. Do you want to announce it?
Please.
Oh, you know what I thought you said? Drum roll, please?
Uh-huh.
You know what I heard? I heard, Barbara, please. Please, Barbara.
Please,
leave
Barbara.
us alone, Barbara.
Please.
If
That
you need
makes sense.
anything, we'll be at the Big Fat Vegan Radio live show on Sunday, March 2nd at 5 p.m. at XS Lounge, honey.
You heard it here first.
And then you heard it here second. Yeah, so after, come see Laura and me. We will be at the New York City Vegetarian Food Festival on Saturday, March 1st and 2nd. Not in any official capacity. I think we'll be there as like press. We'll probably be, interviewing people and just making the rounds and saying hey to everyone.
Yeah, I don't plan on interviewing anyone.
No? Oh, no, not like interviewing people, but like,
Nope.
kikiing. We're going to be kikiing.
We will
That's what we're
kiki.
gonna be
That
doing.
is very accurate.
Let's have a kiki. So after the food festival is done, like the minute it's done, if you magically transport to XS Lounge, starting right on the dot at 5 o'clock will be our live show. I will be there, of course, in full geesh, in full drag, as Honey LeBronx. And I don't really know, we have to kind of fully flesh out all our plans, but there will be a special guest. We will have a very special guest.
Really?
And we will have some lip syncing. We will probably be performing a number for y'alls.
I don't know about the guest, everyone, so I guess I'm going to find out.
It's going to be a
when you
secret
do.
special surprise. A secret special surprise.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm typing notes to Laura right now. That you guys can't hear me, but she can read me.
That's
anyway,
like his attempt to like not derail the show, but then
it's my
just
attempt to
totally-
basely say we don't have a guest picked yet, but we're
Derail.
gonna find an awesome special guest. I
guess.
I have had other stuff going on, and Laura has kids. Okay, they might not be hers. There might never be children coming out of there, but she still has the
Probably
burden
not.
of looking after two children. No, she's put a cork in there. That is not a children factory.
All right. Well,
She's barren, is what she's trying to say. Okay.
what I'm trying to say is that we are not making any promises about what's happening at the live show right now. So let's not.
Oh, I gotcha. Well, I didn't say promise. People know I'm a liar. My initials stand for BS.
I don't know where Ben got this guest idea.
Here's what I can promise you.
I actually didn't even know about it. So.
There's gonna be a me and there's gonna be a Laura, and that I can promise
that's
you.
what it's gonna be.
That I can promise you, and I can also promise you that there might be a very special guest, and you're gonna want to come out. I'm
There
not
also
saying
might be
it's.
cash and prizes.
I'm not
and the show
saying.
is free show.
I'm not saying it's gonna be Carrie Underwood. I'm not saying, wink, wink, it's gonna be Carrie Underwood. I'm not saying that.
I would love it if it was Carrie Underwood. She's great.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fierce. So
You know she's vegan. I'm sure. That's
I
why you said
know!
it. I'm sure that's
I
why you
know.
said Carrie Underwood.
Yeah. It is. I wouldn't have said her otherwise.
No, but
'cause
it's
I
a
don't
free
really-
show. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
totally
it's
free,
right
no
by
cover.
the festival. If you're going to be in the city for the New York Vegetarian Food Festival, we're just going to be right around the corner. You can just pop over, have a cocktail. We'll record our live show. You can be in our audience. There is probably going to be prizes. I'm going to try to arrange some prizes, raffle prizes. And then XS is having an Oscar viewing party afterwards. So I'm probably just going to stay and watch the Oscars.
Oh my God, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be the perfect end to a wacky weekend. But we'll also be at the festival. We definitely recommend everyone get your tickets in advance.
Yeah,
Highly
because this thing
recommended.
sells out. And splurge
However-
on the VIP. Splurge on the VIP tickets. 'cause then you
Definitely
just get
splurge
to
on the
walk
VIP, especially
past
if
the
you're
line.
going both days. Like, don't waste your money. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
It. But the other thing I'm going to say is because I know some people are going to be like, "Oh my God, I was there the last 3 years. The line." The line has quite the reputation for the New York Vegetarian Food Festival. However, if you guys were there last year and you saw the big space that it was in, okay, double that because we have the upstairs level this year too. So 2 levels. So you don't have to.
How do I not know these things?
See, I don't know. So you don't have to worry about getting that whole line, getting in thing. They've got way more space this year. So that is very exciting news.
That's awesome. I'm telling people to come get a Vitamix this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because
It's a great. You get a
everyone's
show
like,
deal.
I wish I
You
had a
get you
Vitamix.
get a
But you
trade
know
show
how I
deal
got a
on the
Vitamix?
so it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I got a Vitamix? I paid $100 down cash.
Yeah.
And I walked home with a Vitamix, and then I
But
paid
also,
it
even
off.
if you don't do the payment plan, because I think I bought mine outright
Yeah.
at the Vegetarian Food Festival.
Yeah.
It's Or maybe I bought it. I don't remember where I bought it. I bought it at some trade show. You get it like a trade show price. It's less expensive than buying
you
it
get
retail.
more stuff
You get a
for
deal.
it.
Also, that guy is super nice. The guy that's going to sell it to you. He's
If
awesome.
I remember it correctly, I think he was also kind of cute. Or the
He's
fact
very
that he knew how to brandish a Vitamix.
He's very cute, and he's got mad Vitamix skills.
Yeah.
He's also just a great trade show presenter. I mean, he whatever. Nobody is in comparison to him. His energy goes all day long.
He looks so unfazed though by what he's doing. Like, all I do is make soups and ice creams and whatnots and smoothies.
I know when he makes the soup, it's unreal. He's like, you just put this in, you put this in, and then he pours it to you, and you're like, he just made delicious soup in 3 seconds.
I'm like, let me show you how this works in the real world. All right, you just get some vegetable bouillon.
Chop
All right,
your
where did I put
tomatoes.
the bouillon? Wait, I know I put it in the fridge. Is it not called well? Do we not have?
Do we
are we
have
out of
tortilla chips?
I've got that. Tortilla chips. Ah, Caldwell, I'll be right back. I'm going to
have to run
Gristini's. Do you need
downstairs.
anything? I'll be right back. I'm going to the bodega. And then like 40 minutes later,
Where's
you're
the
putting everything
celery?
in the
I had
blender.
celery right here.
I swear to God. So shall we get into some news?
Sure, why not?
Do
I
you
feel like
want
that
to
was a
start,
really
or should
weird
I?
first chunk of the show.
Should I start or should you start?
I can start.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you want to flip a coin? But you starting is better than a coin.
I don't care.
All right, give us a purr.
All right. So to preface this, I have to talk about, first of all,
Your
I am
purr
not
looks like it has an attached hiss.
It does. I am
Yeah.
not supporting the Olympics because Russia.
Russia.
Okay.
I got you.
I just realized I cussed.
Yeah.
But also another reason to not support the Olympics, other than the fact that they're like horrible.
With a capital
Russia's,
W.
Yeah,
You
horrible.
get it?
Russia's
You get it?
the worst right now.
Capital W. Horrible.
Horrible.
Horror, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Also, I guess in preparation for the Olympics, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this. Is it Sochi? Sochi?
I think it's Sochi. That's what
Okay.
the kids are saying.
Sochi. So in Sochi, they have a bit of a stray dog problem. So they, I guess there's just a lot of stray dogs in Sochi. It's very normal. So to prepare for the Olympics, the government basically was trying to like round up all the stray dogs and kill them, which is
Disgusting.
horrible. They're like all these cute, totally adoptable dogs. Like the pictures are unreal. They look like adorable dogs.
Yeah, and they're just treating their dogs like gay people.
Yeah, apparently. So
Yeah.
anyway, it's just really like, so that's really disturbing and gross. And all these people are trying to like, intervene and please don't kill the dogs and this and that. So that's a big hubbub. This like, they're trying to round up all the stray dogs and kill them. So that's all terrible. And the whole thing with the Sochi Olympics is really terrible as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, this guy, Gus Kenworthy, he's from Colorado. He's a very cute young man. He's adorable. He's an Olympic athlete. He found a stray mommy dog, giving birth to 4 puppies. And he's trying to save them all and get them back to the U.S.
What's he doing to save them?
Well, he's protecting them from being rounded up and killed because they're in the Olympic Village where he's staying.
Yeah.
So he basically took them in, which is protecting them from being rounded up and killed by the Sochi enforcers. And then he's trying to take one puppy home, and then some of his family wants the other puppies. He's trying to take the mom home, too. He's trying to get them all back to the U.S.
I would just be taking random Russians back with me to the U.S. Like, we're here to get you out.
Isn't that sweet?
That's awesome.
I'm very
how
touched.
sweet.
He's like, he's busy. He's busy. He's competing in the Olympics. He's busy.
And if he's keeping these in his hotel room, I was watching a little expose recently on the Sochi Olympics, and they have like very little room. Like these Olympic athletes are not put up in these spacious digs. They have like, it's kind of cramped quarters.
So sweet. Anyway, so he's feeding them and trying to take care of them, and he said he's been tweeting about them. His followers are following, and he says, "I'm doing all I can to bring them home with me." So I mean, I think it's really
He's cute too. He's a cutie.
He's so cute, and the puppies are so cute. He's so cute, and the puppies are so cute.
I like his hair.
You don't like his hair?
I said I like his hair.
Oh, you do like his hair, yeah. Anyway, so I'm very touched. I also think that because he's tweeting about this, drawing attention to it, he's drawing attention to the fact that Sochi is, engaging in this terrible practice of executing all these stray dogs, these perfectly adoptable stray dogs. And so anyway, and it's also just really sweet story. So, and he's obviously just a cutie patootie, and he is taking care of puppies. So he's got my heart, Gus Kenworthy. You're making me purr.
Aw, this whole stray thing, it's like, okay, so they're gonna displace, first off, they're like displacing families and kicking people out of their homes just to clear the way for the Sochi Olympics. And it's like, why don't you guys, okay, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Why don't you be like, hey, because we realize the Sochi Olympics are definitely displacing a lot of people from their habitat, we would love to help find new homes for all the dogs here. Like, why don't they just, rather than trying to do it in the shadows and in secrecy and through murder and poisoning, why don't they at least just, even if for nothing else, just avoid the bad publicity that you're going to get, because the truth is going to come out, and just make some kind of a real humane effort to find
obviously
homes.
Sochi does not care about being humane.
No, not a bit.
They don't care about any of that.
Do apparently it's $50 billion is the cost of these Olympics?
I believe it.
And I've heard, I might be getting my numbers a little wrong here, but I've heard that like the most expensive Olympics in history were $2 billion. This is $50 billion. And $30 billion of that is all markup and inflation, because all the contracts are going to Putin's friends.
Oh my gosh.
Creepy. And the whole Olympics there is basically just a big backdrop for government corruption. This is basically just like if Christine Quinn was running her own country and allowed to have the Olympics there, it's the sort of thing she'd be doing. She'd be like, oh, great, are there any hospitals we can tear down? No, that hospital's too new. I want a 100-year-old hospital that this city is counting on. Let's tear it down and put up some Olympics there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really shocked to see that anybody's watching or supporting the Olympics right now.
Yeah.
I mean, with everything that's coming out of Russia, we should have tried to move the Olympics, I think.
I can't believe that we didn't.
I know. Me too. I guess it's just whatever.
And I guess a lot of people are kind of like, yeah, but this is an opportunity for us to get the world's attention and blah, blah, blah. No, it's an opportunity to reward Russia for bad behavior with billions of dollars.
Yeah, and tons of attention. Attention is a reward.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Even negative attention. That's what people want. People want attention.
Clearly.
So anyway, I don't know. Whatever. Very touched by the handsome hottie and the cute puppies, though.
Always. Handsome boys and puppies go together.
I know.
Well.
Can't be complaining about that.
Well, I have something to complain about.
Okay,
now,
let me hear.
I was looking at some news stories recently, and I was certain that this was just like, oh, this is an old story. They're reporting on this way after the fact. No, it's just another one. This is in my home state, you guys, of Wisconsin, the dairy state. It breaks my heart just because this is my family's industry. It just really pains me to think about this going on where I'm from. There is a dairy in Greenleaf, Wisconsin. If it's not Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I don't know where it is in Wisconsin. But Wise Brothers, and I feel like I've heard this name. Like I feel like I've heard my parents say it, or I feel like I've just heard it said growing up. I'm not sure.
Well, they were in the DiGiorno expose.
Yeah, this is the one. Wise Brothers Farms, they supply the cheese for DiGiorno's Pizza. 4 workers there were recently charged with 11 counts of criminal animal cruelty. And this was uncovered thanks to, this is a mini purr here, thanks to Mercy for Animals doing an undercover investigation. They'll get these undercover videos and it will show people. In this case, they saw workers beating, kicking, whipping, prodding, dragging, even stabbing cows. I watched it. It was one of the worst I've seen, and that's really a hard claim to make.
Ooh, wow.
And what's funny here is how these companies always. Well, at any rate, the workers, 3 of the workers were charged with 3 counts of intentionally mistreating animals, and one of them was charged with 2 counts of intentionally mistreating animals, and each of those counts carries a maximum penalty of a $10,000 fine and 9 months in prison. So if the math works out right, I'm guessing that's about a maximum of like 2 years and 3 months in prison.
Good God.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, first off, doing 2 or 3 years in prison, I think that's probably a fitting enough crime, but I really doubt those people are going to get 3 years in prison for that. I really don't.
No, they're not. They're absolutely not.
I just don't think that's what's going to happen. And also, not that I feel sorry for them, but like their names, Abelardo Jaimes, Lucia Martinez, Misael Monge Minero, and Crescencio Pineda. Like, this is not like Harry Smith, Deborah Hollingsworth. Like, these are usually undocumented immigrant workers who can't go anywhere else. They can't do any other jobs. They do this kind of grunt work because they're not going to complain. They're not going to fight back.
It's being placed on the worker instead of the charge being placed on the farm and the people managing it for the practices. Now, I get it. We probably do need to charge these specific individuals for their actions.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
But, for me as a person, I really feel the weight does fall on the people running the place because they're the ones allowing that kind of behavior to go on. Not only are they allowing that behavior to go on, clearly it's the norm. Clearly it's the way that place runs, and that's why the workers do it.
Yeah. They're creating the possibility for this kind of cruelty.
Yeah, if anybody explores the book Slaughterhouse, it's just all about how that work breeds that kind of behavior because obviously it's unsafe, violent work. And so breeds unsafe, violent behavior. Absolutely. And I think everyone's a victim, honestly.
Well, unfortunately, DiGiorno, this is what they get to do. They get to distance themselves from it by basically releasing a statement. And this is not a direct quote, but they release a statement basically saying that, like, they refuse to do business with anyone who doesn't adhere to their strict standards for animal welfare. But here's the thing. When so much of their standard practices include horrendous acts of torture and mutilation, cutting off their horns, cutting off their tails, raping these cows, taking their babies away, slaughtering their babies when they're a few months old for veal. What do those standards even mean? What do those standards for animal welfare even mean, And their parent company is Nestle, and they basically did the same thing. They basically also said, we will take no part. We will have no businesses that do any kind of animal cruelty. Really, Nestle? Because when I think Nestle, I think 2 things. I think milk and chocolate, right?
Yeah, I know. It's like all cruelty all the time.
Nestle is like just dairy. And it's like, well, if animal, I'm done.
Well, Nestle's not fair trade chocolate, which means it's all coming from child slavery.
Right.
Literally, that's what that means.
What kind of standards for any kind of welfare do you have, human or non?
Yeah, none. None.
At any rate, if you're moved by this, the only reason you're hearing me talking about this, I would not have known about this, and this would still be going on. This would still be going on if Mercy for Animals had not, risked the lives of their people. Am I wrong? Like, people are risking their lives to be undercover.
To be undercover, absolutely. Yeah. And also the undercover activists, we don't think about this sometimes. If you wanted to become an undercover, person, do you know what you have to do to be an undercover?
You say goodbye to all of your entire life, your family,
right? But also,
friends.
You have to eat meat.
Yep.
You have to kill animals.
Yep.
You have to do all those things that slaughterhouse workers do. You have to do all of those things to get the footage.
Yeah.
So because you can't be suspected as,
Right.
Because if you're
Right.
suspected, so they probably do really risk their physical well-being, because I imagine a lot of people would take it out physically on them if they realized they were an undercover person.
I mean, if that's what they're doing to animals, imagine what they're going to do to one person who's there undercover to catch them doing it.
It's really, they really are risking their safety. So, I mean, the people that do that they're unreal, because I know that I couldn't do it. I could not do it. But if it wasn't for that, we would never know about these things.
I really don't think I could, but like whenever I joke about how I have no emotions or whatever, like I do have pretty good control over things that bother me. It's what I think makes me effective when I'm protesting at Purrs, and I refuse to get emotional when there's like
but I still don't think that I could actually work in a slaughterhouse.
Right, I don't think I could actually do that. Oh,
I really don't.
God.
I think there's a lot I could do, because I'm like you. I can, I can be detached. I can control myself, but I don't think I could actually work in a slaughterhouse. It would be really painful.
So imagine the people out there who feel like you and I about the animals, but in order to help, it just boggles my mind. But I mean, well,
they're just incredibly dedicated, brave people who want to make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they sure are making a difference, because,
they make a huge impact.
This is going to help get a few people in jail, and is going to help get a company fined and help bring exposure to them. But
it just really messed up this company. I'm sure a lot of people pulled their accounts because of this, which is great.
But it's also this kind of footage that makes people be like, oh my God, that's what I'm supporting by dairy. And that's what is turning generations vegan. So,
these images are what help people change. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
To all dairy workers and to all dairy farms, but most especially Wise Brothers Farms in Greenleaf, Wisconsin, but no more than any other dairy farm out there, you are making us hiss. Also, thanks to Mercy for Animals, if you guys want to take action, go to sliceofcruelty.com, and you can actually help share this story. There's a lot of resources there that Mercy for Animals made available, so you can help spread the word and take action.
Awesome. That sounds great.
All right.
Depressing.
Yeah, well, there's more coming, so let's hear your next hiss.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, mine is super sad.
Oh, God.
And I'm sure everybody heard about it because it was quite viral. It was all over my Facebook feed.
Yeah.
So, Marius the giraffe,
isn't that Marius?
Is it Marius?
Marius. Like Les Miserables. Marius.
Marius sounds better. I think that's right. Anyway, so Marius the giraffe, who lived in the Copenhagen Zoo, was deemed genetically useless or something like that. They thought that he, let me see if I can find, they said that his genes were well represented already. The Copenhagen Zoo's giraffes are part of an international breeding program, which has the purpose of ensuring a sound and healthy population of giraffes. It can only be done by making the genetic composition of various animals, matching the genetic composition of various animals with the available space. When giraffes breed as well as they do, you will inevitably run into so-called surplus problems now and then. So Marius was a surplus problem of breeding. They didn't need his genes or something. So basically he was 2 years old, and they just deemed him useless, right? So they were gonna just kill him. And so whatever the word leaked out about this, so it went totally viral. There was a huge petition. Everybody went crazy, to try to save Marius. And even this is the part that really makes me sad. I can't find it. The UK Yorkshire Wildlife Park, which has a state-of-the-art giraffe house and had the capacity for an extra male, offered to take Marius.
Oh.
They offered to take him, because of this viral thing. Because, they were like, if you're going to just get rid of him, he can come live here. And a lot of people were like, oh, can't you just sterilize him so he won't breed and he'll stay? And they just thought it was, whatever. Obviously, they don't care. He's just a commodity to them. So they killed Marius, in front of children at the zoo. Like, to show, I don't know, I don't really understand. And then they fed him to the lions. So this was like an event at the zoo. They like did it with an audience.
Not to be disrespectful, but someone has to lighten the mood. This does sound like something that would happen in an episode of Strangers with Candy.
Totally.
This sounds
Sort
like
of.
something that would happen while Jerri Blank is yelling, Marius!
Yeah, that does lighten the mood. That does lighten the mood.
Thank you.
Picturing Jerri Blank trying to save Marius.
You know,
Anyway,
it's
so
terrible.
it's real. The part that really breaks my heart is that there were thousands and thousands of signatures on the petition. A number of places, several places offered to take Marius in, including the UK's Yorkshire Wildlife Park. It's just heartbreaking. These jerks were like, and they keep being like, we had no other option. It's like, you had countless options.
You had
that
nothing but options
people were
was all
offering
you
you.
had.
So it's a really great article for sharing on Facebook and saying, this is why I don't go to the zoo. This is why I don't support zoos, because this kind of thing happens. You know, and if you get in an argument with someone, you can just point out, look, they really treated this animal like it was their property. Like he wasn't a somebody. Like he didn't matter. Like he was just an object for the zoo. He was just a pain in the zoo's butt. So they made a show with him instead of knowing that, you know, Marius was somebody.
Marius.
Sorry. Marius sounds cuter to me. Marius was somebody, you know, he had a personality and a life, and he could have lived. There was no reason to kill him whatsoever. And they just did it because he was theirs and they wanted to. So it's pretty heartbreaking. So anyway, zoos in general.
Thank you.
And the Copenhagen Zoo. You're making me hiss.
You know, it is terrible, but for whatever reason, picturing this as if it's just something that didn't happen in real life, but it happened on a really funny episode of Strangers with Candy, somehow lightens the mood for me. Just like my mom, and you know, my mom and I love Beavis and Butthead.
Oh,
Do you know
really?
this about us? My mom
don't.
and I, the thing we've fought about the most in our lives is who likes Beavis and Butthead more. To which my mom said, Benny, don't tell your father this, but if Beavis were real, I'd put out so he could score. It would be cool. My mom has the hots for Beavis, and this is terrible what I'm about to say, but at the time, it helped lighten the mood for me and my mom. After September 11th, my mom and I were both wondering out loud, like, can you imagine if Beavis and Butthead were standing like a few blocks away watching that happen? Like the way Mike Judge animates things, you wouldn't see the explosions. You would just see their faces light up for a second and they'd be like, whoa, cool. That was awesome. Yeah, fire. Anyway, it lightened the mood for us. It's terrible though.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Wow, I thought the crickets were going to respawn there. So
Horrible. We should put crickets in.
yeah,
That was awful.
that was
Would
pretty bad.
would you like to undermine the Holocaust now?
Gladly. So,
Like what
Sure.
what fictional character can we put in to lighten up Auschwitz?
I don't know why, but Jiminy Cricket comes to mind. Maybe
Oh,
it's because of the
God.
crickets. Maybe it's because of
Jiminy
the
Crickets.
crickets.
You know, I
Yeah.
say Jiminy Crickets now all the time. Like I use
Do
it
you
as
really?
like a curse.
I don't know why, but the very next image that came into mind was Mr. Rogers. For whatever reason, I pictured Mr.
Well,
Rogers.
you know, Mr. Rogers
in-
is actually quite a badass.
Oh, yeah, I've heard. Oh, my God, yeah, I've heard. I've heard awesome things about how his show got started.
Well, he's a Vietnam vet.
I didn't know
think.
that. Mr. Rogers has
Is it
killed.
Vietnam? Maybe not Vietnam. Maybe it's I think it is Vietnam. I think he's like a crazy Vietnam vet. Like he was like, I did like 1 million tours or something. He's tattooed from like here down. He's got sleeve tattoos.
No.
That's why he always has long sleeves on Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers has sleeves?
Yes.
What?
Yes,
Oh
why
my
you
God,
never-
I'm typing in Mr. Rogers.
You have
Google
never
right
seen
now.
Mr. Rogers in short
I'm
sleeves.
Googling Mr. Rogers. Guess what the first suggestion is that comes up?
Mr. Rogers tattoos.
Actually, no. First, it corrects my spelling of Mr. Rogers. And the second thing is Mr. Rogers tattoos.
Yeah.
No!
Oh yeah, he's a tattooed dude.
Oh, no, it's people with tattoos of Mr. Rogers.
Oh.
I don't know if there's going to be shirtless pictures out there in existence of Mr. Rogers with his shirt
Oh,
off,
no.
showing his tattoos, but...
Wait, Snopes.
Snopes?
I guess it's not true. Wait, hold on a second.
Hang on, people. We're trying to figure out whether or not Mr. Rogers was heavily tattooed. There is the image of him flipping off the camera, which was always fun.
No, I never heard that.
Oh, I don't know about that, but here's a really hot guy just covered in tattoos. I don't know if he's got Mr. Rogers tattoos, but he's sure hot. How? How do you get abs like that? How? Sit-ups are unpleasant. I was planking yesterday with Caldwell. Caldwell and I have been challenging each other the last several, like last week or two. We have like a push-up contest at the end or beginning of every day. And
Fred Rogers never served in the military. I guess it's just a rumor.
So it's Big Fat Vegan story time with Auntie Laura.
Where he conceivably could have done so.
Okay, so he conceivably could have
I never
done
served in the military, never bore tattoos on his arm. I hate that that's not true.
Right, but remember how I conceivably could have served in the Gulf War? Remember that one time? That I conceivably could have served in the Gulf War, and I could have gotten awesome prison tattoos while I was conceivably serving in the military, which makes me conceivably a vet. Conceivably. So all right.
I'm so sad that he doesn't have tattoos.
Sad? I thought you were going to say ashamed for lying.
I guess I'm ashamed for lying. I didn't know I was lying, everyone.
Someone lost cell reception, or their battery died, or they stopped listening right after that, and that's the last thing they heard. Now someone else is propagating your lie. And that's awesome.
You know what? Clearly,
that is
if
awesome.
There's a whole Snopes article on it.
There is some sort of urban myth behind it, so it's justified to speculate.
I'm just going to go ahead and real quick, just because it's my ex-boyfriend's fault. He's the one that used to tell me about Mr.
Oh, really?
Rogers. And I used to believe him. But clearly, I should never have believed him about anything, because he's completely liar. He's just a liar.
Well, my best friend back in Wisconsin, Mike Story, who I was talking about earlier, who said that Stockard Channing was exhumed for a documentary. It's a line so funny that I don't mind repeating it. I also once told him we were watching West Side Story, like the movie version with Natalie Wood, like the original, whatever. And while we're watching, I'm looking at Natalie Wood on the screen, and I said to him, I don't remember telling him this, by the way. He had to tell me the story of the time I said this. And I said to him, like, wow, you never would have known to look at her. He's like, known what? I'm like, oh, you know Natalie Wood was not born a woman, right? He's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, you know she was born Nathan Wood. He's like, get out of here. I'm like, yeah, she's like Hollywood's first, trans woman actress. And he was like, oh my God. Really? I'm like, yeah, she's very successful. I forgot to, you know how I always say, oh, did you hear Candace Bergen died? And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, no, just kidding. I forgot to tell him I was just kidding. So one day he was watching West Side Story with his mom. He's like, did you know Natalie Wood was a man? And she's like, shut up, Michael. And it's my fault because I forgot to tell him that I was kidding. And then he told me that story. I'm like, I never said that. He's like, yes, you did.
Nathan Wood. Anyway, so, sorry, I just found... You guys, I'm really heartbroken. I thought Mr. Rogers was a tattooed badass.
It's all good, because if you Google Mr. Rogers tattoos, you will see some hot, muscular, shirtless
I can't believe what a popular Google that is. Clearly, I'm not the only one operating under that misconception.
I think the first Google search that comes up. It's understood.
Yeah, I'm not alone, apparently.
So I'm going to take us out with a purr.
Okay, let's do it.
With that said, I must say, it was real hard to find a purr. Like, all the news in the last, week has just been, bad news. So,
yeah, I know.
But I am excited legitimately about this purr, especially because it is about some Big Fat Vegan Radio sponsors. Beyond Meat was recently featured on CBS. Ethan Brown, who is the founder of Beyond Meat, who is also just, fun fact, dreamy as all get out. Oh my God, he's dreamy. Anywho, Beyond Meat is actually on Fast Company magazine's list of the world's 50 most innovative companies of 2014. He was on CBS recently talking to Oprah's boyfriend, Gayle King. he talked fully, openly about being a vegan. He also talked about, why he's a vegan because of his concern for what happens to the animals, that he grew up, sort of like in animal agriculture and saw what happens to the animals. And that's when he decided to be vegan. And they kept trying to get a soundbite out of him. Like, so just tell us, like, are you telling us not to eat meat? And he's like, oh, no, I'm not telling you not to eat meat. I'm just telling you to stop eating animal protein. And I'm like, yes, exactly. Because this is meat, and that's not a direct quote, by the way. He worded it even better than that. But, and they had all of the, news reporters on CBS. They all had tried Beyond Meat, and they gave really favorable reviews. Gail was saying, like, oh, my God, I tried it backstage, and I was worried that I wasn't going to like it, and I didn't want to, have to, like, pretend I liked it. But she's like, oh, my God, it was really good. And if you've had Beyond Meat, you know how good Beyond Meat is. One of the last points that he made, it was only like a little 3-minute segment, but one of the last points that he made was that, I'm sorry, I'm going to shift around here because I'm getting uncomfortable because old age. One of the main reasons he was talking about it, he's like, 51% of greenhouse gas emissions come from livestock. And he said, it's really his dream that if he can, the way he wants to help the environment is by reducing our animal protein consumption by 25% by the year 2020. And I think this guy knows how to make that happen. They're also coming out with beef-free crumbles, which would be awesome for...
I've seen people cooking with them.
Oh my God, I can't wait to get my hands on those.
I know, beefless crumbles, which are soy-free and gluten-free. What?
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God, I gotta let Cheyenne know about that. My cooking show director, she's soy and gluten-free. She's gonna love that.
That's very exciting. I can't think of any other, like, really great...
Their chicken is not soy-free. That's interesting.
No, the chicken has soy in it. I can't think of any other really great, like, delicious vegan meat company that's soy-free and gluten-free. That's
and
really
something. It's all
something.
made from, like, soy, pea, and carrot protein. And then they just flavor it. It's incredible. Or protein and fiber as well. So we're going to post, there's links to the actual video feature. And then there's a little video where he actually takes you to the factory of Beyond Meat. And it's so funny to, like, juxtapose. If you, like, watched footings of, like, a beef or a chicken factory, and then you watch, like, the super sanitary, like, white, sanitized, super clean Beyond Meat facility, it's just like, well, that's clearly where I want to get my food from.
Yeah.
So Beyond Meat, and especially your super handsome founder, Ethan Brown, you are making us purr.
We love you, Beyond Meat.
Oh my God, I'm so hungry now.
We love you.
Actually, I'm lying. I'm not hungry right now. I can feel so much yeast in my stomach. Just
from your bread.
From all of that bagel. Oh my God. When you don't eat that much bread for a long time and you suddenly eat like 2 bagels, I can like hear the yeast in my stomach right now.
That's pretty funny.
So, do you have any food to talk about? Because I do.
No. I don't think I have any food to talk about.
No, that's on the secret show at this point. Laura was just kind of reading me the menu from the...
I'm going to go up to Hello Vegan Eats for the pop-up tonight because tomorrow's President's Day. They often do a pop-up on Sunday nights before a Monday holiday.
And just tell them about the mac and cheese.
I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, with the seitan bacon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have the description of that?
No, it was the fries that you were loving.
The fries, that's right.
Hold on, I'll get it right now.
Okay.
I'm going with my friend George, who, by the way, Ben, is a humongous Honey LeBronx fan. He can't believe that I know you. It's really funny.
Ah!
So, if you ever come to town, you have to hang out with George.
Done.
So...
Hi, George.
It's a soul food... I don't think he listens to the show. It's,
What?
I know.
Okay.
I have so many friends who don't listen to the show who are vegan.
I just realized how many family members
Thanks,
if I ever had a child and that child had a podcast, now I know that's not like having like a radio show or something, but if like my child had a podcast, I'd listen.
I know, I would too. I don't
think my family's ever listened to my podcast.
Look, I'll be real. I'll be real, okay?
Okay. It's
My
pronounced
friends,
Rill.
John and
pronounced
Molly
Rill.
Neffel,
Mm-hmm.
my good friends in New York City, they do radio dispatch more than I
I've
can
heard.
listen.
Oh, I know the John and the Molly Neffel.
I can't listen to their show because I can't keep up. I don't have time to listen to an episode that every day. They're like 5 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week.
Release like an episode consistently every single year.
We do?
Every single year.
I know it's not hard to keep up with us, really.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the number one complaint I get from listeners is that we don't make enough content.
Yeah, we're working on it. We just went through a really rough couple of months, so.
Well, the thing is, everybody, I mean, I hate to be like this, but we aren't, I mean, like when I see how like other people who have successful podcasts who make a lot of content operate, Ben and I have a lot of things that we have to overcome that they don't have to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
We live separately across the country. We both work. I mean, I can't tell you how many people who have podcasts who...
Yeah, we got really crazy misaligned schedules. In fact, the reason we're recording today...
But also, people don't have jobs. Some people that do podcasts that produce a lot of... They don't have a job. That is all they do.
It's
so
not
Ben and I
exactly
both have
convenient for
work.
us to be recording today. But if we don't record today, I'm away all of the next weekend. Laura is in town the following weekend, so if we have to record today because it's like literally the only day in like a 3 or more week period where we can even get together to do it. But with that said, nothing that we can announce right now, but we do have some really exciting things in the works that hopefully very soon will allow us to start, increasing the frequency of our content. So
yeah, I hope so. Yeah, but
well,
anyway,
I
I
hope
mean,
that
it's like
works out.
I can't help but think that it's sometimes I'm like, yeah, if one of us didn't have to work, we sure could make a lot more podcasts.
But I also have to say, I didn't tell you this or clear this with you before I sent it last night. But last night I was like, I want to see who our members are, and I looked at our little roster of members, and I just quickly from Honey LeBronx's Gmail, I just like, you guys, I just want to let you know how awesome you are and how much your support means to me.
Oh,
And
you're sweet.
And I just said, we have a lot of awesome stuff coming up in 2024. This is to you guys right now. You probably all are like, yeah, I got the email, thanks. But we have some really awesome stuff in the works for 2014, and I really hope that all of you will take some personal satisfaction in all of the awesome things that we do this year, knowing that you helped play a part in making it possible.
Yeah.
I'm really, really grateful to everyone who supports the show financially. But with that also said, I was kind of a little surprised when I looked at it. We don't have a lot of members.
No, we don't.
I mean, comparatively speaking, we definitely don't get as much support for this podcast as, like, in case you're thinking like, oh my God, Ben and Laura are gods and they're so awesome. They must have like at least 100 members. Yeah, we're not there.
No, we do not have. I mean, I don't know.
If you were on the fence about being a member, or it's definitely much needed and much appreciated. So there is that.
Yeah, no, we operate at a low support.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't help but think that as support goes up, content will go up.
Mm-hmm.
But, we're just doing the best that we can.
Also, as support goes up, I will be less likely to club this baby seal to death. You can't see it.
That's always good news.
It's just off camera, but I was going to club this baby seal to death at a Copenhagen zoo in front of some children and feed it to some lions if we don't get one more $5 monthly contributor by the end of the week.
Anyway,
that's
the
not gonna
menu
work,
tonight
is
soul food themed.
Yes.
So the thing that I read to Ben that he freaked out about is called the soul fries. And it's hand-cut Kennebec potatoes, barbecue tofu, barbecue tofu, mushrooms, fried okra, pimento cashew cheese, and green onions.
Oh, it's the pimento cashew cheese that got me.
They all get me.
Oh, my God.
But I also want the mac and cheese, and I want the fried green tomato braised seitan sandwich.
Oh my God. I feel like the fried green tomato braised seitan sandwich would make me emotional just because of the movie. I wish Chris O'Donnell had just jumped to one side when that train came.
Also fried pickles.
Oh, what, huh?
Fried pickles.
Oh, also fried pickles. Okay, so Fried Green Tomatoes, the movie, tangent here. Chris O'Donnell, he's being all cute and funny and walking along the train tracks. And then he gets his foot caught and he looks up and the train's coming. That doesn't mean you have to just stand there and lose your whole life and get hit by the train. Jump to one side as the train's coming. It will take most of your leg off, but you'll most likely live. Why did this not occur to him?
Necessarily survive that, but it's an interesting theory.
You have more of a chance of surviving that. You know, you have a knee, right? Bend. Get out of the way. Anywho, so my New York.
I think the train is a little bigger than your maybe.
What?
I don't know that if getting out of the way.
Hey. I know from trains, okay?
He's in the middle of the tracks when his foot is cut. It was stuck. If he laid down, the train would sever him in half. He would still die.
I know from trains, okay?
I think that you're in a little bit of a dreamland about Chris O'Donnell surviving that incident in Fried Green Tomatoes.
I know from trains.
Can we all talk about Chris O'Donnell? What happened to him? He was great.
You get me? You get me? I know from trains. I'm trying to make a really vulgar reference. Anyway, let's move on.
I don't get it at all. I am
Someone did. It's okay. Someone did.
I'm a very buttoned up, prudish person.
Someone got that. It's okay. Anyway, my New York eats. I am eating as locally as one can possibly get. What? What are you looking at?
Oh, can you even see me? I feel like it's so dark on my screen.
You just got all wide-eyed and like you just what?
Sorry, somebody just shared an article with me and it's kind of horrifying.
Like bad horrifying?
Just like kind of fat shaming.
Oh, I gotcha. I don't want any more hisses on this episode. This is a very hiss-heavy episode.
Yeah,
it was all we could do to lighten it up. I had to make.
Well, so I haven't even read it. I just opened it up and I'm like,
yeah. Did I tell you, Michael Heron recently told me that I was shaming him because he was fat shaming himself, and I was shaming him for fat shaming himself.
You were fat shaming.
I was fat shaming him. Which sounds like a dance. Do the fat shaming.
Yeah, you tell him to shut his fat talk. Yeah. Shut down fat talk, Heron. Shut it down, Heron.
Anywho.
He does fat talk way too much. Because he is a sexy beast and he does not need to.
Yeah, he is.
He does not need to.
I had this conversation with him recently. You sexy thing. I have been making cashew ice cream.
Ugh, go on.
My free day is now usually on a Sunday, which is why I'm gorging myself today. I've been working out like a beast and eating so super healthy, and I'm seeing the results, and I'm so happy about 3 weeks into it. And I reward myself with a free day once a week. And because I've got my my new KitchenAid stand mixer with the KitchenAid Ice Cream Maker bowl, I have been making cashew ice cream. I just Googled the recipe. The first thing I found happened to be amazing. And so in my freezer right now, it's probably ready about an hour ago, I have another 1.5 quarts of vanilla cashew ice cream. It's so delicious. It's so super easy to make. And yeah, that's, I guess, all I got to say about that. Super quick. That's it.
I've never made cashew ice cream with my Vitamix. You're inspiring me. I should do it.
Well, I tried making it with the Vitamix when I first got it. You put the ice, the cashews, the agave nectar, and then some vanilla. And it'll kind of make ice cream. You know, you have to blend it well enough that there's no cashew bits in it. But if you blend it for too long, it starts to melt because of the heat of the blade. So, like, it's kind of a conundrum. You're going to end up with some kind of chunky stuff that's kind of like ice cream. But it's just not the same thing as when you actually make it in an ice cream maker. It's like real ice cream. It's delicious. So I've been making that, and I've been making milkshakes with it, and just eating tons of ice cream. So I'm going to be eating ice cream all day long today.
All right. Well, I wish I could have some. I wish you could pass me a bowl.
Well, I'll probably, maybe I'll have some when you get to town.
Not all right, like I just commented on the article. I'm focused. I'm sorry.
Okay. What a role reversal today that you are the scatterbrain.
I know I'm unfocused and Ben is like, let's go.
Guess who recently started medication for attention deficit though?
You?
At the strong suggestion of a good friend, not Adderall based, not amphetamine based, not Ritalin. It's not any kind of like upper.
How long have you been taking it?
Let me look at my samples here on the wall. I am now on day 9. When I take it today, it'll be day 19.
Wow, no wonder you're so focused.
And slowly upping the dosage over time. Yeah, well, it's not just that. I've been doing some personal work in the last, month and a half now that's also been kind of helping me get back on track with some things. But yeah, I think the combination of that and if anyone's wondering, what I'm on is called Strattera. I mean, I'm not a doctor. Talk to your doctor. But the reason I chose Strattera
Yes, please talk to your doctor.
All the other options that they gave me, she was like, well, there's Wellbutrin. And I'm like, nope. She's like, why not? And I'm like, Wellbutrin's an antidepressant. She's like, yeah, but it also helps focus. I'm like, yeah, but it's also an antidepressant. I'm not depressed. I've been down and out in Beverly Hills, but I have never been depressed. I have never honestly suffered from depression. I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to mess with my brain chemistry. She's like, well, there's something called Strattera, and it only helps focus. That's all it does. The only thing it does. I don't feel anything. I have no side effects. I have this weird goiter that's growing at the back of my neck. No, I'm just kidding. But I have no side effects, no symptoms, no nothing. But I guess I do feel a lot more focused, which has been nice.
Yeah, well, you were definitely focused today.
Yeah, I was up
because
early
I really count on you being unfocused.
I know. You used about an hour of our recording time to make the poster for the live show, which I totally appreciate because now I don't have to do it. But yeah, I'm on top of things. There's a new... she's the sheriff. There's a new boss in town. Suzanne Summers. Mm-hmm. That was a bad Suzanne Summers reference. I don't even know if She's the Sheriff was a real show or if they just invented that on South Park. But there was a South Park where like, now back to She's the Sheriff with Suzanne Summers. And it was like the end of the episode. And she's like, so you're the one who's behind all these shenanigans. And then what he said in response was like everything that I would have to bleep. So I'm not going to say it. But that is our Big Fat Vegan food. Let's move on to listener mail, which we have none of.
We don't have any. We don't have any. No mail. Sorry, everybody.
We love hearing from you guys. You can find us at bigfatveganradio.com. You can call us at 315-VEGAN01. That's 315-834-2601. Before we even had our first episode of this podcast, it was my dream that when we had... The boy is texting me. Not texting me. He's commenting... he's commenting on my Facebook status from this morning. But yay, he knows I'm alive. Yay. All right. Anyway, it was my dream that when we got to the part of the show where we would announce our phone number, we would have some cute, little... Like a jingle? 50s 3-4 part harmony kind of song, like 315-Vegan01 or something like that.
That was good.
Yeah, or 315-834-2601 or something like that, so that people would remember our phone number. More importantly, so that I would remember our phone number, because I don't know our phone number unless I look at it every single time. But that's it. 315-834-2601, and you can insert yourself into the episode by asking a question. And,
oh my gosh, I'm trying to look for this thing on Facebook right now. Someone posted something to us that I thought maybe we could discuss right here. And I can't find it. I wonder if she deleted it.
While you keep looking, I'll finish reading the other ways they can contact us. So you can also email us at bigfatveganradio@gmail.com. You can tweet us at bigfatvegans. And you can find us on YouTube. We are youtube.com/bigfatveganradio. No one has ever done this. So if you want to be the first, you can create a video response to one of our episodes, and you'll become like a video correspondent, a self-appointed video correspondent. And lastly, you can always find us on Facebook. We are Big Fat Vegan Radio. Check out our Facebook page. We're always sharing, articles and things of that nature. And did you find a message from one of our peeps?
No, I can't find it. I guess
it's... she deleted it?
I guess it's not there.
She must be reformulating her
I guess she
thoughts.
Deleted it or something. I don't know.
Well, we will add it next time if she posts that. So in the meantime, if you guys want to support the show, you can always go to tinyurl.com/BFVR support, or just visit bigfatveganradio.com and click on support us. For a list of ways you can help us do all the awesome things that we're trying to do. And there are even a couple ways there that cost nothing at all. So check that out. You can follow us on the Twitter and the Instagram. I am at Honey LaBronx, and Laura is at Larayaz, Larayaz. And you want to tell them about our YouTube?
You can check out my show on YouTube. It's 3 Minutes About a Movie. It's at youtube.com/LauraYaz. And you can check out Honey LaBronk's Vegan Drag Queen Cooking Show at vegandragqueen.com.
Thank you. I have been saying for the last several episodes that there are new episodes coming. I'm just going to stop saying it at this point because I'm embarrassing myself. There's 3 new episodes. There are 3 new episodes. Fun fact, I had laryngitis during all of them. Funner fact, I have a special guest in each episode. Even funner fact, only one of those guests is actually vegan. The other 2 are just people who are nice enough to veganize their favorite things for me. So those are coming soon-ish. But I've been busy, okay? I've been busy. So there is that. You can also buy some of my world-famous medieval oil at medievaloil.com. That's MEDIEVAL oil.com.
And I have use of the day.
Do you really?
What is it? Okay, so I had a really sore muscle problem on my shoulder. Really bad. It happens to me, obviously. We were talking about my bad back, my back shoulders earlier today. So anyway, I was sort of just like, doing everything I normally do. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do about this pain? And I was like, I wonder if I rubbed medieval oil on my sore muscle, if it would help. I wonder if it would help. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to try it. So I took my shea butter, because for those of you that get the Vegan Cuts Beauty box, they sent us like a bag of just pure shea butter like a couple months ago. I've had it forever. So I don't really know what to do with the shea butter, so I'm trying to get creative and figure out things. So I take some of my plain shea butter and I put a few drops of medieval oil in. I don't know, maybe 5-6 drops, right? And mix it up, just like a handful. And I mix them up, and then I just massaged my sore muscle with that.
Yeah.
I woke up in the morning, bam, better.
I bet I know why that is too. It has rosemary oil in it, which rosemary rosemary is prescribed for a stiff neck. So if you have stiffness in your neck, you rub rosemary oil into it, and it really helps with that. And the clove oil is also a pain reliever. And because you rubbed it into the shea oil or butter or shea butter, the shea, that is a carrier oil, which will help take the oils deeper into the muscles. So that sounds like a great use. I was just going to say you can mix it with water and spray it on leaves of your household plants, and it will keep insects away.
Wow.
So we're getting to the end. That's pretty much everything. I do want to give one last shout out, of course, for our Big Fat Vegan Radio live show coming up on Sunday, March 2nd. It will be your last chance to see me in person at the ripe, young, tender, plump age of 34. After that, I'm going to be an old man 6 days later. So it is sort of like it's almost going to be kind of like my unofficial birthday party. Let's just consider it that. So that is going to be on Sunday, March 2nd at 5 p.m. at XS Lounge at 22nd and 7th. Just a hop and a skip and half of a jump from the New York City Vegetarian Food Festival. So come to the food festival, and then right afterwards, go get your seats and grab several drinks and come see our live show. Did I mention that there's no cover? Did I mention that there's no cover? It will cost you nothing.
No cover.
Except for the dollar bills you want to shove into the drag queen's titties on stage. Or Laura's titties on stage. Will you take dollars in your bra?
Sure.
Okay. You don't want to.
You have to hand me the dollar. You can't put your hand on my boob.
Okay, you can put yours on mine because mine aren't even real. You can take my boob in your hand and I can walk away from you. That's the beauty of my boobs.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yours are big enough that you could start to walk away from someone. You'd get about half a step away. Inappropriate?
Yeah, sorry. I'm really sensitive about my boobs. I don't want people touching them.
Okay, don't touch Laura's boobs. Guys, hands off Laura's boobs.
Please.
Please don't touch them.
I know they're really, really sort of inviting.
Okay.
I am really excited about the live show, though. I hope you guys can all come.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. especially the fact that Oprah Winfrey has agreed to be our special guest. I think that's major.
She's going vegan. She's going to announce that she's gone vegan at the show.
At our show.
I hate to spoiler alert, but I mean,
she actually told me in confidence, and I'm going to shatter her confidence. I'm going to crack her confidence in half over my knee here. She told me, Ben, that's why I did such a crappy vegan episode on my show, because I wanted to do the real thing on live
with
show.
you in New York City.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's like, Ben, and she said, Ben, seriously, if I really wanted to do a real episode on veganism, why would I have had Michael Pollan and some person from like the National Beef Council representing on my show about veganism? Oh my God, I watched it recently.
Got a point.
I watched it recently for the first time. It was so terrible.
I know. You know what? There's somewhere on YouTube, though, there's this like edited version of just the moments when Kathy Freston is like a vegan shining icon.
She had some great moments.
She does, like the part where she interrupts Michael Pollan and says that eating animals is wrong for her.
Yeah.
I love that she does that. He goes, he's like, there's nothing wrong with eating animals. There's nothing wrong. And she stops him and touches his arm and says, maybe for you, but for me, I see that footage and there is something wrong for me. Good. And thank God she did that. I mean, good for her.
And then they immediately water her down by outweighing her with two people, one on either side, who's going to negate everything that she's saying, and Oprah agreeing with them as the voice of reason.
I know. Like Oprah knows.
It was stupid. It was such a stupid episode.
I don't like that. So
anyway...
Oprah. Wait, I love Oprah because she's going to be in our live show. I left.
She is going to be in our live show. But yeah, until that moment comes, I'm on the fence about her. So can you tell us, it's Laura's choice today for the song. Can you tell us about the song?
Yeah, so the Monkey Bunch is this really cool rock band that does like songs to sort of encourage kids to be activists. Mm-hmm. And it's really music indicated, really, it's sort of like rock and roll for kids. And it's really, really cool. Check out their website. It's themonkeybunch.com. And I just think they're awesome. And this song it's really sort of like Sarah Kramer's theme song. She has it in a lot of her stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's one of my favorite songs too. It's called Go Vegan. I can't believe we haven't had it on sooner, actually.
What's it called again?
Go Vegan.
Wait, what's it called again?
Go Vegan.
The episode's not over, guys. We still have some thank yous to give out here.
Sorry.
We would like to give a special shout out to Michael Heron, michaelheron.com. He did our lovely theme song, and now he's just writing theme songs for every little vegan podcast in town. And also a big thanks to Kelly Huffine for our characters and our logo. You can check out her work at kelly42fox.deviantart.com. And is that it?
That's all we've got today for Big Fat Vegan Radio. Please subscribe to us through iTunes or your podcatcher of choice. It's extra helpful if you can give us an awesome rating and a glowing review.
And be sure to let us know what you thought of this episode on our Facebook page. Send us a tweet, leave us a voicemail, or leave us a comment at bigfatveganradio.com. We love hearing from you guys, don't we, Laura?
Of course we do.
And there's... Oh, shoot. I got to back up. We thanked Michael. We thanked Kelly. Our song again is by, you said the name of the band, right?
The Monkey Bunch.
The Monkey Bunch. And what was the name of their song? Go Vegan!
I was looking for the right way. What if I was my way here to a place where I'm not alone? All the other people eating, never ask you where it all comes from. Might be chewing on each other's bones. Come on, be vegan. I believe in. You know it's time to take a stand. Come on, go vegan. So many reasons. The fork is power in your hand. Now it's time for you to wake up. You've been sleeping for way too long. Come and join me, help me sing this song. Change the world, do everything we can. Don't wanna say we never tried to get the people of the world on our side. Come on, go vegan. I believe it. 'Cause what you eat is what you are.
Hello? Are you still listening? Hello, listener? Yeah, the episode's over. We did the song and we said go vegan and it's over. Oh, you're used to outtakes after the song. Yeah. There's no outtakes today. Sorry.